When you're out on the Tanami, there's actually lots of things to look at. You've got beautiful scenery all around you. However, if you manage to see the Wolf Creek turnoff, then you simply have to go and check it out. And that was absolutely on our to-do list. But before we went there, we decided to set up camp and start to get dinner ready for when we came back. So we've pulled up early and set up camp because we want to get out and explore Wolf Creek. We would have stayed there, but in the National Park camping area, we can't have a fire, and we like to sit around the fire at night. So I'm going to get dinner on, as I said. And tonight we're going to have a lamb shank stew because even though it is stinking hot out here in the middle of the day, by the time the sun goes down, it starts to become just about as cold as a cuddle from your ex-wife. So what I'm doing is I'm browning some lamb shanks at the moment. All right, to that, I'm just going to add a little bit of rosemary, a little bit of thyme, because thyme means a lot to me, and especially when you're spending quality time, and this is quality time in the bush with my mates. One more turn, and then I reckon we're in for the next stage. In fact, you know what? I'm going to call them brown. Brown enough, because what we're going to do with them is we're going to add them back into this soup, and we're going to let them cook down for hours on end, get real tender-like. I'm going to add a little bit of oil, and then we're going to add onions. I've just chopped them up roughly because this is a bit of a wild old bush feast. To that I'm going to add a little bit of salt and pepper. This is Himalayan rock salt. I was reading it earlier. It says it's about 3 million years old, and then on the back of it it says used by November 2018, so I don't know how that works, but we'll put some garlic in that, keep the vampires away, and a little bit of chilli to keep everyone else away. Not too much, because not everyone likes it. I know, I heard it, they're all yelling from the background, not too much chilli, not too much chilli, fair enough. We'll give that a bit of a stir up, and once that onion goes clear, we will then add our lamb shanks back to the pot, a little bit of stock, and something I've prepared earlier that's not going to look all that appetising to you, but this is actually a soup mix, just one of the bag soup mix with barley and split peas and all that sort of good stuff, but you've got to soak them first. So I just put them in this empty water bottle this morning, filled it with water and carried it around all day, and if that don't put you off soup, nothing will. All right, so they've come along nicely. The onions are clear and looking soft. We'll go lamb shanks back in. I'm now going to add my magnificent split peas and barley. Now we're going to add some chicken stock. Last ingredients, a little bit of Worcestershire sauce. All right, so I'm going to put the lid on that, and I am going to head for the hills to Wolf Creek, and then when we come back later on, that ought to be spot on.